This is Gary with Easy Go Junk Removal. This video is going to cover some of the things that we're doing for the slow time. And we are slow, we're not stopped, and we keep on planning ahead and doing what we can. So enjoy the video. If you would, like, subscribe, and share. Weather has finally arrived, especially here in the desert. I think we woke up to about 37 this morning. Not bad for not even mid, but a third of the way through November, and things have really slowed down. We're at that point where we are starting to look at, okay, what can we do to make things happen when things aren't slow? And this is the time to really consider those things. So we went to Vistaprint because we were pretty much out of the things that we need to pass up, and I built a rack card which I will be handing out as soon as they come in. And man, I'm gonna tell you, it took me weeks to do, and I'm gonna suggest this. Number one, don't take weeks to do, because there really isn't. What happened is I came down to a solution, and that is there really isn't a wrong answer there. I ordered 500. I'm going to hand those out in no time at all. And if I think about it and I need to enhance, I just change it. I have it all saved with Vistaprint. I can change it here. I can change the font. So I think I spent way too much time worrying about the perfect thing when there really isn't a perfect thing. So what you want to do is take what you can get out there and get it out there now. So instead of handing them out this next Monday through Friday, I have to wait until they come in. Maybe they come in Wednesday, I'm hoping. And then I miss 3 days of, handing things out. And so sometimes it's not about having the perfect product. Sometimes it's just having the product and getting it out there and then building on it. And that's the reality of so much with any business, let alone junk removal business. We will overthink. We will overthink of things that we need to do, and you don't need to do that. So sometimes it's just about hitting the iron while it's hot. I don't know if you know what that means. I used to, irons used to get warmed on a stove, and then they would heat up so you could iron your clothes, and that's what they meant by striking it while the iron's hot, so you can press your clothes, or in a blacksmith way, you would start banging your product out, whether it's a horseshoe or whatever, while it's hot. You couldn't do what you can do when it's cool. And so that's an important thing to remember, is that strike when it's hot. When you have the idea, that's when you need to move on it. And if it's not perfect, so what? The next time it'll be better. It's never going to be perfect, though. We also hired on a a media expert to help us with our online presence. He works hand in hand with our SEO guy. Our SEO guy has done absolute wonders with our visibility on the internet, and he's the one who suggested going with this other company, which they work hand in hand. Sometimes they are the same, and so we hired them, and we're going to see how that rolls. And I don't expect immediate response. I'm old enough to know that nothing happens overnight unless you hit the lotto, and I don't believe in lotto mentality. I believe in business mentality. I believe in solid, time honored realities. And if I think about it, in the 2 years not even 2 years, that I've been here, we've done extremely well. Have we done as well as some of those people that you read about on the Facebook channels and stuff? No, we're not $1 million company. We don't have 3 trucks. We don't have buku employees. I can tell you one thing that we don't have headaches that come along with those things. And so we're building slowly, and that is by design. I don't want to be that guy who has 3 trucks by the end of the first year. I really don't. I'm not sure that's sustainable for someone like me. I get all tongue-twisted, tongue-tied, not knowing how to manage it. I want to grow slowly so my roots of my business are solid, because just like any business, they're like a tree, a deciduous tree. They lose their leaves in the winter months, and all the major growth happens underground. And that is the type of business model that I have. Now, I have a degree in business, and that's just the way I think about business. And I know there are other models that people like to say, hey, this works best, and that, all the power to them. For me, I've been around the block a few times. I've built, I don't know, this is my 4th business that I've built, and I'm going to build it the same way as I did. I've been successful 3, maybe 4 times before, because I still have another one, a t-shirt business that is doing just fine. And so I like building them slow. I like getting the root system to where they can support the next year's growth. Because any business, I'd say 90+% businesses are cyclical, meaning they come up and they go down. And there's a busy season, and then there's like snow skiing, right? You're not gonna sell a whole lot of skis in the summer. You're just not. And you're not gonna sell a whole lot of squirt guns in the winter. And it's the same thing with junk removal. It has a high and a low, and it never stops. That's the beautiful thing about, we're still working. It's just slow. And so the things that I'm doing now are the things that are going to pay off later. And if you don't do them now, it'll be too late. So I don't know what other people are doing. I just know that I'm trying to build a team around me. My SEO guy gave me that. He goes, you're only as good as the team that you have built. I'm fortunate. My wife is a great team member, a great business partner. And then I have a great SEO person. And the person that's going to be doing my media stuff and my online presence stuff and all that, I've been talking to him for over 2 years, 2 years at least, and have built somewhat of a relationship. So am I 100% it's going to work? No, but I'm willing to throw some money at it and make sure that I'm not missing something in the mix. And that's the other thing, guys. I shouldn't say nothing, but very few things of worth are free. You have to pay the piper. And I'm talking in business. Again, it's lotto mentality versus reality mentality. And nothing is free. And so you have to put in a little bit of your capital to make things work and make things happen. That is a reality that I don't take lightly. I also don't take lightly the reality of a slower season, and possible, like what happened last year during January. Me and Joe came down with COVID, and we had a terrible January. Guess how we survived? Is because we put back when the times were good. Now, that's too late to do this year, but what's the old saying? Shit happens, and it's a reality that not everything is roses. Things happen. People get sick. Business drops off for whatever reason, and it can happen in any place. And every place is different. I know guys in Florida after Hurricane Nicole, they're kicking ass, man. They're making money. Guess why? Because they had a tragedy happen, and it has to be cleaned up. I lived in that state, and I know what that looks like, and that's great money for them. But the reality is that doesn't happen everywhere. Sometimes those tragedies are not beneficial, and so you always want to put back some money, and that's business 101. So this is what I'm saying. It's the now. right now during a slow season that you start farming and plowing and sowing and seeding the things that are going to come up in the what they would call the spring or the faster times, and then you reap the benefit. But you have to do the work. And as I was saying in my interview with Roy Myers with Granite Mountain Haulers, is you got to put in the work. Nothing just happens. You have to get your boots on the ground, pounding ground. You have to make things happen, because they don't just happen unless you really put in the time and the effort. And so I just don't get down because things are slow. Expect the slow times. And if you get through, it's always like if, right? If you get through this hard time and next year you have some good times, make sure you put back. And let's say you don't have to dig into it. Guess what? You have a nice little savings account that you can do something else with. And so I just wanted to get on here and encourage people, because, hey, things slow down and things get nervous, and life is a challenge, and things aren't always roses. You got to prepare yourself for that. And hopefully you all have. I'd love to hear your stories on how you're doing in this slower season. And like I said, it shouldn't be stopped. If it's stopped, you're doing something wrong. Reevaluate everything that you've done and put these things in motion, man. I'll be showing you my cards when they come in, my rack cards. I'm really proud of it. And I'm going to be putting those in with my card, my business card, and just hitting everything I can hit. It's all about the grind and the hustle. It never stops. I know guys that are making over $1 million a year, and they're still grinding and they're still hustling, and it just never stops. They just have a different grind and a different hustle. But bottom line is, we're very pleased with the way things have gone, and we can't wait to begin our third year in February. So anyway, this is Gary with Easy Go Junk Removal. Please like, subscribe, and don't forget to share. Take care, guys.